Oh, hi there. My name is DSchwans27. I'm joined by Drinks Glue. What's going on, Drinks Glue?
What's going on, dogs and dogettes out there tonight?
Hey, out there, all you Moogles. We are playing some Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide Randomizer, where basically everything that can be randomized will be randomized. The items in shops, items in chests, the characters you recruit, the espers that you obtain, the spells that are taught on them, the bosses, where you fight them and where they are. And tonight we're going to be even doing some more question marks as we have a Chaos Mystery Seed. So what the heck is a Chaos Mystery Seed? Can you explain, Drinks?
It's simple. What you do is you take a traditional seed, you throw it in the garbage disposal, you take it out of the garbage disposal, but you put it in the washing machine, then you put it in the dryer for a couple cycles, and then you put it in the oven, you take it out, and you get what you get.
Yeah, so basically a normal set of options with Worlds Collide allows you to customize a lot of different things. And we have no idea what the flags are for this particular race. You might have seen when somebody tried to click on the flags button, it said hidden, and that's because you can't see them. So we are going to the objective of Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide is to unlock Final Kefka. And in order to do that, we already know what we need for unlocking Final Kefka, at least. We need to do 6 characters, 7 espers, 6 dragons, but 2 of those 3 things. So I expect we'll be recruiting 6 characters and finding 7 espers, because defeating 6 dragons will probably take longer than those other 2. We'll also get plus 81 stamina for Gao if we let Sid die. I guess Sid has given all of his stamina to Gao this seed. And there is one last objective, the Magitech upgrade. You have to complete 26 checks in order to go from the Elemental Beams and Heal Beam to all of the Magitech stuff. And that's it. We have no idea what else. As you see flags hidden on Jexarox's screen, we have no idea what the other options for this seed are, so you all are going to find out with us. So this is going to be an adventure. Strap in, get your seatbelt on, and hope you buckle up here, Glue.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this because these are always fun. You know, fun for the viewers, not fun for the racers. Because it's really frustrating.
Come on. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, it's sometimes these can get out of hand, but you know, we'll find out as the runners find out.
Yeah, so let's introduce some of our runners. Nobody War, upper left-hand corner with the fabulous neon orange today with the white trim.
Very pumpkinish. I love it.
I am, well, my real name is Brian, and my friends like to call me Basic Brian because I love my pumpkin. But not pumpkin coffees, because hot beverages stink. Pumpkin ice cream, pumpkin beers, all the pumpkin stuff. Then over to the right is Lunar Chimera in the traditional blue and white trim, and then we have Jexarox, the slate dark gray with some purple and white going on. So those are our runners. We are going to be ready and set to go in just a couple of minutes. And I'm expecting some interesting things this particular seed with 7 espers and 6 characters. Those are lesser Kefka requirements than we're used to, but we also have no idea how difficult enemies and things like that are going to be. So,
what do you think, Schwantz? Do you think anybody can go out of the way to kill 6 dragons?
No.
Okay.
The only way that we get that is if we start with 3 characters that have sort of dragon unlocks. Like if we started with, let's say, Edgar and Cyan and
Umaro
Umaro or Locke, then maybe we'll see that. Because in order to get to 6 dragons, there's only 8 in the entire game, right? And 2 of them are in Kefka's Tower. So if we want to do that before going into Kefka's Tower, we should probably have all of the characters with us. So that brings us to the character gating concept, where the things you could do in the world are locked behind what characters you have. And so far, we got Realm, Mog, and Strago. So we do have a 3-character start. Mog with Sketch, Realm with Capture, and Strago with his vanilla lore.
Did we get a chance to see the stats? That's a 63 magic power realm and a 30 magic power Strago. So is 63 magic a high number? I forget.
It's relatively high
Yes, it's
considering
very high.
her vanilla is what 41, 42. So
Yeah, in Ultra League she can have between 36 and, or excuse me, I think 38 and 56. So that is insane.
yeah, so let's see what's in the shops. Let's see what's in the chests. It looks like shops look like they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, nothing free, nothing standardized, but not super expensive shops. And actually, I would say that's pretty tame shops because that's a ribbon for under 20k, and then earrings for 2600. So it's gonna be below average when you consider our standard Ultra Sleek flag sets for shop prices. Ooh, and a flame shield on Jex rocks the screen for 18k. Up, he's. That's the smart move. And did our runner start with some GP? Because Jexy already has 75k.
He must have. We must have started
Yeah.
with some GP. Sorry, I'm just sorting out cropping here because Nobody War's timer is in a different spot every single time he runs.
Well, it depends if he has Jurassic Park playing or not, you know, sometimes.
There you go. All right, so I think I've cropped it correctly. We'll see.
It looks
how
pretty
it
good
goes
on my screen.
All right, so yeah, it looks like shops are at least half off. Because ribbons are usually in the 35,000 range, and dragon horns are usually in the 20,000 range. So shops are definitely half off. Cheap flame shields for sure.
Yeah.
We already got Torado at Zen Thief for Nobody War, so that's his first Esper.
Ooh, fixed dice for 31, and 2 people can wear it. That's a good move. I would take those rods before I take the fixed dice. 1500 GP rods. I'd do that all day.
Yeah, so rods normally in Ultra Sleek settings, which, by the way, if you are interested, signups are available now for Ultra Sleek. Sellback looks to be half, right? Because that ribbon sells for 8,000 and you could buy it for 17 or so. Lunar Chimera checking the monster in a box, nothing special. And we're going to get a look at Lone Wolf over here. And let's see what he's got. So since we have access to Mog, we have access to Lone Wolf. That's one of his checks. Cheap Super Ball. Well, not cheap, but there are Super Balls there. Cat Hood is the item that Lone Wolf is holding on to. So maybe we think about going back to the mines in the World of Ruin Narsh to go and grab that.
I would, because you know you have Realm already on you. Jexy's already found the. I think Jexy found the fire rods.
Mm-hmm.
You could, and then
well,
no one.
We don't know who could equip what, right? That's part of the fun here.
Oh, that's
you
true.
Said that there's 2 people could equip the fixed dice, and there's Sabin at Kefka at Narsh,
Nice.
which is not a character gated check. So it looks like offering for Lunar Chimera in that relic shop over there, and Nobody War is over in Thamasa, where you could do some looting. And we might take a dip into the Burning House. What do we think? Flame shields for cheap.
I think Nobody War is just here to loot. I don't think he's going to go into the Burning House. Well, I take that back. Nobody War is a little bit of a wild card, so he is definitely going to the Burning House.
The Casa del Fuego, as
Yes.
it's actually known in the community here.
The community.
So he has 63 magic power realm. That's stupid.
It's funny that he has one with 63 and none of the others top 30.
No. Well, I mean, we don't know what the stat values could have been. They could have had a wild, various fluctuation, right? So it's not necessarily a buff. So, all right, we're getting the soldier skip. Jex, I don't even think bothered leveling up his party. Thank goodness this is an easy boss here with Welk. Unfortunately, that Super Ball is not ideal for Welk because that'll do random targets, and we really want to hit the head and not the shell. Let's see if he gets lucky here.
You can still throw it. You just
there you go.
How to survive a Mega Bolt. Nice, very well done.
All right, so with that stack of rods, Nobody War is taking off the Moogle Charm. We give our runners 3. Normally, I don't know what it is now. Right, part of the mystery chaos.
Part of the
here.
fun.
Yep. And we did get Sabin, so that is a character for Jex Varrock there. On the bottom, one more towards his 6 that we need to get.
And another thing I want to point out too is I don't know yet if it's character gated. It may be open world. Is that possible with Chaos Flags?
It is possible, but I don't know. Maybe if Lunar Chimera peaks in the South Figure prisoner spot, we might see.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's probably what I would do in this situation: is go through here and give myself a looky-loo.
Hero rings are nice. Hyper wrists are also nice. Anything to buff your damage in Worlds Collide is always welcome. Yeah, he is going to look. And all right, so we're not open world, because otherwise there would have been a potential reward there for Lunar Chimera. So in a seed like this, Glue, as we do see Nobody War diving into the Casa del Fuego here, in a seed like this, what is your strategy? Is it going to be to try and figure out what the options are by going to shops and chests first, or are you going right to checks just to see what the heck is happening?
I think my game plan would be just to get good offense. In Worlds Collide, offense is key. Defense is important, but let's be honest here, it isn't. It's an afterthought.
If you beat up your opponent faster than they beat up you, then you win, right? So
yeah, it's like football. Typically being aggressive pays off, and in Final Fantasy 6, that is the case. So once I can get some damage under my belt, I'm gonna start going for it. I would kind of do what Lunar Chimera is doing here. I don't think I would be chicken fights at 7 minutes.
I mean,
with what I have found so far,
he's bought 20 fire rods though. So unless this boss is a vanilla flame eater or something like that, then he's probably good. Forgot to equip the Esper, which is a trash Esper. Is that a vanilla Esper?
That is a vanilla Esper.
Oh boy.
Quake, W Wind. Yeah, that's a vanilla Esper. And it's either a vanilla Esper or really, 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 really low odds are going to throw us off.
Ooh, some snipers there over in Jador. I think World of Ruin is where Lunar Chimera is. Setting up for Owser's Mansion, one of my favorite checks to do when I have Realm to start off with.
Actually, I think he's still in the World of Balance. I think he's just spiking a random shop, which I don't hate with once you realize stuff is half off or this cheap.
Yeah,
you would do more shopping than looting,
for sure. But yeah, so Owser's Mansion. If this is the World of Ruin and not the World of Balance, but I think Glue, you might be right. That is one of Realm's checks, and you get at least 2 forced encounters with optional 5 more. Right? There's the painting and then the 4 chests.
The painting, the 4 chests, and then,
and the other painting. So there's 6 of them. There's the painting in the first room with the lights, the Nightshade painting. Then there's the other painting that grabs you, and then there's the 4 chests, right?
Yes, indeed.
6,300 for that glowing stone. And that is possibly a vanilla Torado. We're not quite sure yet. Gold hairpin going on to Strago there, so in case we run out of fire rods, or in case the boss is immune to fire, we could at least use some of his lures. I saw a few of them, but not a lot.
I know there was Force Shield, Pep Up, but those aren't going to be relevant for damage. But fire rods are great for Dullahan.
$33,000 for that Minerva there for Jex Varrock, and Grandpa's already asleep on the job.
Yeah, it's past his bedtime.
And fixed ice there as well, and the fire rods. That sets her for Lunar Chimera here at Esper Mountain.
Very nice.
Speaking of fixed ice. Oh, this is a much more difficult boss, though. Thankfully, is weak to fire. If Lunar Chimera has the fire rods. So is Dullahan, which is really nice. So Dullahan's already dead.
Yeah, I don't think Lunar Chimera got the fire rods because he didn't go to Zen. He does have the flame shields if business gets rough.
All right, so early Burning House dead check. Are you that unhappy to see it? I think I'm okay with it because I've just gained a lot of levels. And if it's a Minerva, I'm okay with it. I would rather it be an experience egg or a big, beefy weapon, but
I'm not super mad because look at his timer. He's at 3-1 at under 11 minutes. That is nothing to be upset about. But he's gonna go here and get his Setzer, and the world will open up for him. But I would be disappointed, but it's definitely not a game over type situation.
well, I don't know if it's worse to be game over or to be disappointed, because if your dad's disappointed at you, you know that you're in trouble.
And Nobody War is level 16 already, so that may
Yeah.
be some 3 or 4 times XP for the scaling. Or
Yeah, because we didn't fight crazy enemies, right? Those little
No.
birds. And, I mean, Dullahan is he's a later game boss, not very difficult one. And we got another enemy that's weak to fire here, so this is very nice for Nobody War.
yes, indeed.
Keep his team alive.
Yeah, Senior Behemoth is probably in the
Oh my
A tier, just below the S. Oh my
Jesus.
goodness. He's probably in the A tier of experienced pool bosses, not quite S tier.
Oh, I like
Guardian.
this. Both of our runners are trying to see if the undead boss flag is on or off,
Ooh, nice.
and it's not. Yeah, Quake, Quarter, and W win. That might be a vanilla Esper there. I'm gonna have to go look that up.
Yeah, that's definitely the vanilla spells. So it's just a matter of, are we getting trolled with RNG to look like it's vanilla, or is it actually vanilla? I'm gonna safely say that it's vanilla. Once we find one more Esper, we'll know for sure. Or we'll really be getting trolled.
Okay, let's see. Quake. Yeah, you're right. Quake. Whatever the other one is. And Tornado at ×1. I absolutely despise the... Oh my god, the level 5 Doom! That was hilarious. Oh, that is amazing heads-up play there.
So College and Inn just gave Nobody War a Genji armor, so no free... that may be a sign that no free progression is on.
Yeah, I mean, Lone Wolf is only considered no free progression in the newest of flag sets, that is with 1.4 on the development site. And I believe this is not a dev seed, so it was just unlucky that that was a dead check. And we do have a collapsing house timer of like 2 minutes. So Jax has got to be careful in here. All right, he gets through that monster in a box there, no problem.
It looks like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Looks like Nobody War is gonna go get his saving and do all of Mog's good stuff.
Yeah, so Gar calls it Sir Behemoth, SR. I like Senor or Sriracha. What do you prefer?
I always thought it was Senior because it's a tankier. You got the freshman Behemoth.
Yeah.
Then in the tower, you got the sophomore and the junior Behemoth, and then I always imagined that he was the senior one.
Yeah, he's the one that's, putting swirlies in Mog's head or whatever. Yeah, so there's Behemoth, there's GT Behemoth, and then there's SR Behemoth. So that leads me to believe it's actually, Behemoth, Great Behemoth, Super Behemoth. But we like to have fun here, and we like to SR our
upperclassman Behemoth.
Yep. Hey, that's Go-Go. Where the heck was that?
That was at Burning House.
Collapsing House. Collapsing House.
Collapsing House, excuse me. It's probably on fire from, the Light of Judgment as well. You just don't see it.
Yeah, so Jaxie getting Go-Go and reducing his party down to 1 and finding those flame shields.
Ooh, and some more Minerva. So chat, with one character now for Jaxie and no Moogle Charm, is he going to go to Triangle Island?
Yeah,
what do you think?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so obviously he's going to go to College Inn.
Yeah, this is the Triangle Island play for Jax. You don't put your party down to 1 unless you're getting engulfed by the Zone Eater, since it makes it that much faster. And he's selling everything for those flame shields.
I think he's trying to get a Minerva. Per usual, I am wrong.
Yeah, 4,300 on the Super Balls too. Those are pretty cheap as well. All right, Jack. So you're gonna pick the rather Nobody War. You're gonna pick the Cat Hood. Oh, he's picking the Cat Hood.
Amazing. Round of applause.
He gives up on the Genji glove. So yeah, I think in this situation you want that trade. We haven't really found any great items to use with the Genji glove other than those snipers. But who knows who could wear those snipers? Lunar Chimera is going to be I'm sorry, go ahead.
He also doesn't know it's a Genji glove. We'll happily tell him after the race. But it still, from his point of view, could have been an Esper.
Yeah.
Or progression. So
that's interesting. We'll see if he decides to go back and check to see what that exactly was later on. Jex Farok's getting the Demi. We'd love to see it happen. Oh, and interesting. Can't run away.
He can't run away, so he's got to...
So some of the encounters are unrunnable. That's an interesting thing to note, just in case we run into, I don't know, like Madam Outsider or anything like that and try and run away. We might not be able to, actually. All right, another easy boss pushover for Nobody War with those fire rods. You're supposed to hit the face and not the shell. Come on, Wedge. Warpstone worked on one of the other enemies for the Pug, the Master Pug. Okay, so then the escapable battles must be somewhere between, you know, yes, you can escape everything, and no, you can't escape everything. So it's got to be some percentage that are unrunnable.
Somewhere between 1 and 100%.
So now that Wedge has finally told Nobody War how to beat this fight, he's going to get Sabin. A lot of characters. Oh, Shock Sabin and Natural Magic. Hi, how are you? I think that magic stat was in the 20s, though.
It was, but his vigor was 64.
Okay.
That will come in handy with Shock.
I know you're being sarcastic, but...
For the loyal view at home, no. Shock revolves around your magic power. Shock is actually very powerful. It's the equivalent of a non-elemental tier 3 spell, and it gets a multiplier when it does a single target. When it's targeted on a single enemy, and it's fantastic, and that's why you don't see it in a lot of seeds, because it's pretty broken.
Yeah, it kind of trivializes the early game. It tails off towards the end game as Jex gets another Esper, gets a rock in the Zone Eater belly. I didn't actually see... Oh, it was the Ragnarok Esper. What does Ragnarok teach?
If Ultima is on, it will teach Ultima.
Oh, okay then.
And with the 6,900, 8,000 whatever magic power realm, that is gonna be quad 9s the rest of the seed.
Alright, so we do see a Moogle falling into the Moogle defense, so this will not be a character, it will be an Esper and item. Yeah, so in this seed, Matthew, I think, based on what we've seen so far, and we've only seen one Esper, that Espers will teach the vanilla spells in this particular seed. So yeah, Ultima is off, so Ragnarok will teach nothing, and you will like it.
Well, it's free HP, at least.
F's for Ultima in the chat. Ragnarok isn't even a good Esper summon either. Oh boy.
Oh no, it worked.
Well, ooh, this is a random encounter that's a boss. Thank God he's got some water spells. This will work. Those fire rods will not work. Oh, shock will also work too.
His shock, his fixed dice, and he has some options.
Alright, so now we know that some of the encounters can be bosses.
That's very interesting.
He dodged a bullet, I guess, in the burning house. Playmeter's like, nah, I don't want to show up in the burning house. I'm going to instead show up in the Moogle defense.
And I think Flame Saver is a vanilla steel for Playmeter.
All right, so well, we know that the steals table hasn't been altered. That also means the drops table is going to be the same. I wasn't paying attention when they killed Senor Behemoth to find out if they dropped a Behemoth suit or not. So good catch there, Glue. All right, we do get past that fight, and we're going to get something as a reward. Oh no, I forgot that's not the boss.
No, that was just appetizer.
Ooh, and for our main course, we're having some pulpo. For those of you that speak Spanish. And there it goes.
So
okay.
Nobody wears down to single digit fire rods. Now, I think what I would do with that cat hood is once I got down to 1 or 2 and I was in the neighborhood, I'd go back and just load up more and just keep spamming that until it ran into something that it wouldn't work on.
I think Lunar Chimera also is finding out about the random.
Oh yeah.
So, by the way, that's Ragnarok the sword, and only Realm can use it.
It'll be a nice stat stick.
When you fill up on breadsticks and see the main course arrive, there you go. I don't know if Octopi can twerk. I know they're very smart, so they might be able to figure it out, but I'm not quite sure.
I think if they could twerk, he would have done it when he was on stage in the opera.
Well, he needs to work out a bit more because it takes him a very long time to push a 4-ton weight. I mean, everybody knows it takes way less than 5 minutes to push a 4-ton weight. Come on now. All right, Imperial Camp it is for Nobody War. So this might be some more boss fights here.
Could be very dangerous, very fast. You know, with the tame requirements, Jexy and Nobody War are not that far away from being able to enter Kefka's Tower, and with a super powered realm, these are going to be some pretty good times. Possibly they can get turned in.
Pero, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. I'm not even going to repeat that on stream.
No, of course not. Obviously, the one thing that would be worse could possibly be multiple Doom Gazes, because eventually it will push you to a level that's number 5. There's nothing you can do about it except... I
mean, all of his characters are at least at different levels here.
Yeah, he does have 3. But no, it's very tame. Well...
Alright, and there goes Ultras number 2 once again. Yeah, movers are enemies that if you don't have things that are direct targetable, because they have super high evade and have very high magic defense. So unless you have something like throw or fixed ice or something like that, you're not going to be able to kill them.
Like a fire rod.
Oh, and Lunar Chimera is getting blocked by the Moogles. Get out of my way! And that, my friends, is why Moogle suits are for sale in some of the shops. Anyway, oh god, what the hell happened to Jexvarok? I looked at his screen and his party's like dead. Did he get level pearled or something like that?
He had to. That's the only thing that would, Scarbeam is not going to tickle him that hard.
That is unfortunate. He does have the fixed ice offering now. So that's basically going to trivialize a lot of these fights for a while with decent rolls. Unfortunately, he gets a dead check there, Minerva. A lot of dead checks, actually, so far in the seed between Burning House and Lone Wolf and Moogle Defense.
With that in mind, you could possibly decipher or come across that there's 2 espers in the auction house if you're running that many dead. There's more espers in the auction house is going to push more dead checks out into the real world.
Ooh, another one. At least it's an offering
Ah.
that nobody war can use with the fixed dice, but still. We want some progression. Pepperoni coming in with the real MVP. It was a level question, Pearl. Yeah, I based on some of the boss scripts we've seen, I was guessing that we don't have a random ability scaling on. And Phantom Train peak. Well, this is one way to ensure that we're not going to get a dead check here, huh?
Well, he didn't say before he went in, so
Oh.
no, we're committed.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, we definitely want that Esper.
Oh, very nice.
That's our calmness protection. And Fenrir also teaches X Zone, I think. Is that what I saw?
It does.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so the boss here at the end of this check is not necessarily the Phantom Train. We do not have Blitz to suplex the train. However, if you do the Phantom Train check, you can always get the Ghost Train boss if you come back to this spot. And hey, it's another snail.
Oh no.
I've got to imagine our runners are like, can I get a character that can equip this Ragnarok, please?
I am very interested. I am very intrigued by his strategy of having the 63 magic power realm swing the Ragnarok.
Procs will be juicy.
Yes, they will.
Alright, so Lunar Chimera getting the Pugs here. Thankfully has fire spells, which the Pugs do not counter. And he's got Shock, which means that he'll actually be able to hit some of these Pugs. Super high evade, 100% evade, I believe, actually. And Setzer is going into the party for Jexvarok. How many Minervas do you think we'll get? I'm going to say 1.
Well, we get the 1 for sure. I think 2 people have passed up the opportunity to buy some. So because it was passed up the opportunity to buy, we're definitely getting at least 2 more.
Well, no Minerva in that fight there. Getting an offering, though. And let's see. Nobody wore... Finding one in the chest. Okay, then.
Oh, there's another Minerva. Like I said, we're getting at least 1 more now.
Who rolled this seat, Oprah? You get a Minerva. You get a Minerva. Look under your seat. Alright, so where is Jexvarok going to go? Is he going to go to get his free check at Kolingen? That's what it looks like. No, it doesn't. I lied. Where are you going, Jexy? Lunar Chimera is going to go TLC, chasing waterfalls. And it's the dad.
So it looks like Jexy wanted to fight the Doomgaze spot over an ocean, just so he, Doomgaze's body didn't fall into a populated area somewhere, and there was casualties, I guess.
Good call.
So
isn't it amazing how much HP a sack of bones has?
mm-hmm.
Speaking of sack of bones, that is Dataluma dead as well. That is a one-shot tunnel armor for Lunar Chimera, and this is going to be a dead Narapa as soon as Jexvarok stops rolling his dice. So, easy bosses so far. Hint, hint, wink, wink game.
Makes you wonder if shuffled statues or vanilla statues was randomly selected for the flags, because
we still got a lot of game to go. And that's Madeline. That is an Esper we do want to see there.
Very nice.
I think that's all of the tier 3 elementals, right? Or tier 2?
Yeah, all tier 2, plus if it's vanilla stat bonus, it'll give you a +1 magic or strength. I forget off the top of my head.
And that is Zone Seek for Lunar Chimera, so that's another Esper for him.
So the spells are vanilla, but the stat bonuses are shuffled.
Alright, let's see if this worked. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful.
I think this is going to be, yep, so this will be Nobody Wars third Esper. I can talk. That's why I signed up for this job. And Jax is going to get the cat hood?
I think that's what he's going.
Or
I don't
did
know if
he
I
pick
would.
the random thing? No, Nobody War picked the cat hood.
Yeah, he took his Genji Club, so he's going back for his cat hood. I don't know if I'd go back for the cat hood this late because he only needs 4 more Espers to unlock, and he has all the maneuvers in the world.
Yeah, and cat hood will also get you lots of money. So the earlier you get it, the richer you get. If that makes any sense. That made sense in my head. I think that's Lunar Chimera's second Esper as well. Yes. Let's adjust that.
I guess Jaxi was thinking, hey, since I'm going here to do the Tritox spot and possibly the dragon, I might as well, spend the 30 to 40 seconds going back to the cave and going to get that cat hood.
I mean, it is a good item.
It's the best helmet in the game. The problem is helmets just aren't.
They're not good.
They're not relevant.
They're not
Unless you
worth
get-
45 seconds. Alright, so Jax is in the world of Ruin Narsh. Nobody Wars at Mount Colt. Lunar Chimera is going to get Go-Go. And this is a vanilla dragon. So something to keep in mind in case we fight another one. Meanwhile, it's another Ultros.
We got a raid happening. We got Ben Mation with Brother 14 Ben Mation and all of your raiders. We appreciate you coming on in and joining us. Let's get the Discord in the chat one more time.
That is the SpeedGaming Discord server.
I'll remember it one of these days.
You want this command. Oop. I just totally hit the wrong button. That's what you want.
Yeah.
And that's Unicorn for Nobody War.
Very nice.
So yeah, I don't think, based on like the scaling that we're seeing, I don't think it's anything that crazy. The enemies haven't really been pushovers. Although that's kind of skewed because we did have all those fire rods at the beginning of the seed, right?
We did. But I would comfortably say on the range of outcomes that could have been rolled with this, we are definitely on the easier side.
So far.
So far.
We don't know what's going to happen with that 83 stamina gal.
81 stamina.
Whatever.
Is it 83 or 81?
I don't know. Alright, so we got a big robot at the top of Narsh. And we have an annoyance in the sky.
I think Guardian is my favorite spot. Or excuse me, my favorite boss to fight in the game.
Is this sarcasm again?
No, it's not. It is not sarcasm at all. I'm just stating.
Really?
Yeah.
He's just annoying because he's got so much HP.
Yeah, but if you have any type of offense, he goes down pretty easily, and then he gets statue level. He has a statue level pool of 8 XP. So as I was saying, Guardian can be very terrifying. You really don't want to ever see.
You really don't want to see him.
Yeah. The good news is if you can get past these first couple of queued attacks, he transitions to a much more favorable attack script.
Oh no. F's in the chat for the potential Ragnarok here.
That's unfortunate.
Can we kill Chupon in one? Oh, what? I thought you were supposed to get... Okay, there it is. Well, that's unfortunate. You hate to see that happen. Alright, so we're not getting anything at the Coliseum, at least.
Nope. But we are getting Daryl's tomb sighting, and we don't know what's here yet. And Nobody War just needs 2 more Espers one more character, and with these very short requirements, you could potentially be in Kefka's Tower under 45 minutes, which is very impressive.
That was yet another dead check for Jax. I didn't see what it is, but according to his tracker, he still has three espers. So, did anybody get a peek at what that was? Because I wasn't quite sure. Let's see if Jax Rock takes the bait. Okay, well, he's not getting a Chupon, so he might actually get whatever this is. And Nobody War decides that he did Daryl's tomb wrong. You got to do the other thing. There we go. So instead of walking all the way back out, he wanted to warp. And Lunar Chimera is going to take the Opera House Dragon. So we saw the Ice Dragon at the top of Narsh. This very well might be the Dirt Dragon. And if it is, then we're going to be in a rude awakening here. Meanwhile, it's Starlet on the inscription of Daryl's tomb, and it's Vargas in the apple toilets, the Ipoos. Jax, meanwhile, getting unfortunately rocked at the end of that fight. So that's quite annoying to see. So he will not get that reward. And it is the vanilla Dirt Dragon here at the Opera House. So dragons must not be shuffled or mixed. They must be vanilla. Meanwhile, Vargas is dead already. Nobody War just piling on the offense here. Alright, Mog finally taking out somebody at the Coliseum for a Magus hat. Not really quite sure if that's worth it. They do give you +5 magic power, but they're usually very cheap. And in this flag set where it looks like everything's half off, that might mean they're usually even cheaper. That's 6 espers for Nobody War. And he is here in World of Ruin, Albrook. Not Albrook. Where the hell are we? Where am I? Jador. That's the one. Meanwhile, Dragon down for Lunar Chimera for a gem box, which is not what you want to see for a reward. I guess you could sell that for a decent price thing. Go get another one of those flame shields. We'll see where he decides to go next. Oh, hello. Egg in a pot in Owzer's Mansion. So if you went to Owzer's Mansion first, and if you looted that pot, you were in good shape. About 40 minutes into the seed, though, an experience egg, not that great. Lunar Chimera going to Fanatic's Tower. This is a really spicy play here. Guaranteed progression, so since it's a ghost at the bottom, he's definitely getting an Esper. We just have to walk all the way up. We get a high tier item at the top. We beat the boss, we walk all the way down, and we get the reward. Meanwhile, Jex Farok is in Returner's hideout. What is he looking for? Not quite sure. I mean, he's looking for espers. He needs he needs 4 more of those. But in terms of shopping, I'm wondering what he's looking for here. Alright, so it looks like both of our runners on the left-hand side are going to do Owzer's Mansion. Meanwhile, Lunar Chimera is climbing the stairs. Final Fantasy had this like fetish with stairs between this game and the Shinra Tower. And it is our White Durgan. So the thing about Fanatic's Tower, even though you do get a guaranteed item at the bottom, or a guaranteed progression at the bottom rather, and a high tier item at the top, you unfortunately have to walk all the way up and walk all the way down the tower. There is no warping. And you can only use magic inside of Fanatic's Tower, which can severely hamper whatever strategy you've been using all game with your party. And that Shadow doing the painting there. Like father, like daughter, but oh no. I know some of his team was on level 30 before this fight. Thank God that random encounter pushed him off of level 30. Poof! And that is a spicy 9,000 damage fire rod there. Another dragon down there for Lunar Chimera. We'll see what this dragon drops. It will drop a high tier item. In addition to its vanilla drops, that is a Pearl Lance and another Cat Hood. So Lunar Chimera does not have to go back for that one. And they're not going up the tower? Interesting. There is another boss at the very top of the tower, Lunar Chimera. You know that, right? So that is Shadow, as you hear his music careening through your speakers now for Nobody War. Jexfarok going to be unhappy with this 7th character here. Or maybe not. Maybe he'll be happy. That is a 44 magic power Shadow as well. Lunar Chimera saving and getting back in the airship. I thought maybe he was thinking, hey, I've run out of magic power. Let me go back down to the bottom and do it. It looks like Lunar Chimera is sick of finding espers. So he's just going to go kill dragons. I'm on board with this strategy. You know exactly where all the dragons are, right? And you have no idea where the espers are. So this is pretty good. I do actually like this strategy a bit. Meanwhile, Nobody War dipping into the auction house, and we definitely have at least one esper, as only one member of Jex's party goes down, thankfully. Glowing stones are still available, so Nobody War decided not to buy the $50,000 item, but it's going to come up 50% of the time from now on. So that's why most runners, they will buy this item to get it out of the item pool, so that this way they can get to the good stuff that they want. The espers, which have a 12% or 25% chance on the first try. Oh, he doesn't have enough money. That's what it is. He's got to sell some stuff and come back in here. Usually you want to come into the auction house with 80,000 bucks, because then you could buy the $50,000 item, the $20,000 reward, and the $10,000 reward based on however many espers are in the auction house. And unfortunately, Jexfarok lost Realm to a Doom spell right before the end of that fight, so Realm will not be getting the XP for this one. That is rather unfortunate. Nobody War deciding the heck with the auction house. I don't want to waste my money anyway, and is going to the Velt Cave. So you can peek the reward here in the Velt Cave. You could see if it's an Esper or a character, or if it's an NPC, then it's an item laying on the ground for you to rescue. So I like this play here. And Drinks Glue has joined us again. What's going on, Glue?
I like this player from Nobody War when you're at 6 and 6, or excuse me, when you just need one more piece of progression to get to the promised land.
Yeah.
You want to start prioritizing your peekable checks, so you can save your time committed versus your time wasted.
And look at that.
Look at that.
There's an Esper on the ground there. So Nobody War will be in go mode after this check. Jexfarok, meanwhile, getting another character. Missing out on the experience egg in the pot of Owser's Mansion. You know, the pot in the first room. So
yeah, the one upstairs.
Lunar Chimera could have had it at the very beginning of this seed, but chose not to go to that particular spot. And it is Inferno here for Nobody War. Jexy checking Gal Manor, getting Kieran. So that is going to be his 4th Esper. And Lunar Chimera deciding, the heck with this. I'm not looking for Espers anymore. I'm just going to go kill 6 dragons. And you know what? I like this. A lot, actually. Because he knows exactly where all the 6 dragons are. He doesn't have to guess. He just has to do however many more number of checks, and he gets to unlock after.
Yeah, and then after you kill all 6 dragons, you're going to be stupidly powerful. Yeah. And you'll have no problem whatsoever with the rest of the seed.
Speaking of being stupidly powerful, Jexfarok heading to the floating continent here.
Ooh.
This is a very long check, but there is guaranteed progression at the first and third parts of the floating continent. He is looking for 3 more Espers, and he hopes he can go 3 for 3. And we
Yeah.
also know that it's vanilla dragons too, right? So we know exactly which dragons we're going to be fighting.
This is very bold from Jexrox because it takes you, between 10 and 11 minutes to get through all parts of Floating Continent. So if you're at 45 minutes, you're looking at it to be done here. Best case scenario at 55 minutes, and then best case scenario will be that time frame. Plus, you get the piece of progressions you need. The downside is you could have a dead check at the sandwich spot and 2 characters at the first and third spot, and you could commit 11 minutes and actually get in no better position you were when you leave than when you got here. So this is very, very bold.
Nobody wore validating the seed, petting the dog, and it is
Beautiful.
all tier 3 spells actually on Madu, and I thought they're only tier 2. So, okay, that Esper is even better than I thought it was.
Madu should be Fire 2, Ice 2, and Bolt 2.
That's what I thought.
But it had...
Maybe I'm reading it wrong, because I'm seeing him only cast tier 2 spells. Anyway, I should get my eyes checked. Yeah, there it is. So you're right, tier 2 spells. What am I looking at? And Starlit is... Ooh, Crusader has Burton. I forgot about that one too. And with the readily available flame shields, oh boy, that is a spicy play.
That plus all of his flame shields, plus he's in go mode. It does have a ×1 learn rate, but there are some dragons on his way in Kefka's Tower, so he can learn that very easily if he chooses to.
All right, Lunar Chimera is showing us how the correct way to get out of Phoenix Cave when you don't have lock. It's not to go all the way back to the front.
Yeah, Gar, if you're still here, take notes.
It's to keep going to the end and hit the star. Speaking of stars, it's leader at the first spot of the Floating Continent. And I think Nobody War is selling the farm for those flame shields here.
I would go as far as check the value of that Moogle Charm and sell those if I needed to.
I don't think they're worth very much. Alright, Lunar Chimera heading up to World of Ruin Norsh to go get his 4th dragon. I wonder if he's going to take the Tritok play here, or if he's just going to do, I'm done, give me the dragons, let me go home.
I think if you're fully committed to this, I wouldn't do the Tritok. But what do I know? I'm always wrong.
Alright, Ifrit Shiva goes down for Jexy there. And we'll see what this Floating Continent trip yields him.
Yeah, he needs all 3 Espers, so this first spot hopefully is not a familiar face laying on the ground. Nah.
Yeah, part of the risk with Floating Continent is it's likely to be a character there at one of these spots.
The good news, if he wants to try to go 3 for 3 again, he goes straight to Dome of Dream.
Speaking of 3, there are 3 frozen characters on Lunar Chimera's screen. We're doing a lot of nice segues here. I like it. A lot of nice segues. 48 minutes, 50 seconds, Nobody Wars into the tower.
Very impressive.
Power is levels. Lower 30s. So the bosses in the tower might not be a problem unless you speculated before, right? Unless we have shuffled statues or something like that, then we might be in for a interesting tower.
Yeah, shuffles.
But if Final Kefka is not scaled, then that still means that he's going to be a little bit lower on levels than we would like to see.
Yeah, shuffle statues could be really backbreaking if he doesn't have his fixed dice offering character on his Poltergeist side, because his other primary source of offense has been Fire 2 and those Fire Rods, and his Break Glass in case of emergency is Fire Shields. So if he has shuffled statues or vanilla statues, he could back himself into a unwinnable situation.
Absolutely correct. And I think there was maybe 1 or 2 people that could equip the fixed dice, and that's about it. So, and is this even randomized on Jexarox's screen? We've got Atma Weapon at the sandwich spot, and now I'm hungry, Glue. You jerk.
What's your favorite type of sandwich, Swans?
Oh, that is a great question. My favorite type is the Reuben. delicious. You know, being from New York, you got to go with nice little pastrami Reuben. That's where it's at. What about you, Glue? You got a favorite Sammy?
Do you want me to just give him my top 5, top 10?
Oh my God, you've got a list.
I am very inclined
Octopus
to the
sandwich,
turkey.
obviously.
No, of course not. I'm very inclined to the turkey wraps these days.
Turkey wrap. Well, Shadow played himself. Congratulations, and now he's on the floor. Turkey's good. Turkey pastrami is also good. I know that's kind of blasphemy, but anyway, 5th Esper for Jex Varrock. What else you got in terms of sandwiches?
Chicken Philly or regular Philly cheesesteaks if you're trying to not care about the cholesterol. I don't know where we're in the top 5, but it's definitely in the top 5. And then a good meatball, a good set of balls on with some tomato sauce and white cheese is always amazing.
Now you're speaking to my inner Italian American New Yorker there. Good choices. I approve. You know what I don't approve of? The Marvel shoes is the dead check for that Guardian spot. So Lunar Chimera unfortunately lost a couple of characters in that fight, so didn't get the XP and fought that battle there. But that is it his 4th dragon, or did I miss track? Let's see.
That should be number 3.
I'm pretty sure it's not, and I am correct. It is number 4 for him. Because he did Opera House and Phoenix Cave and Fanatics Tower and then that one. So he's got 2 more to go. I don't think YNPC is on, so he cannot get to the Mount Zozo Dragon or the Ancient Castle Dragon, so he's got to go take the 2 dragons in Kefka's Tower. So he'll be joining Nobody War fairly soon.
And he'll be right on his heels.
And it's a painting at the end of the floating continent. At least we have fire stuff.
Did anybody in the chat, did you by chance catch how many tents Nobody War had? Because I know he's down to 1 sleeping bag, so he tented after his last fight, and that's very interesting if he runs out of tents and sleeping bags. So I know he has at least 1 elixir.
Does he only have 2 Moogle Charms? Oh, game, you're evil. Did we only get 2? We might have only gotten 2. Hence the shenanigans here. As I just dropped everything all over the floor. Sweet. Drop my sandwich.
Do we think Lunar Chimera is going to go through and do a full right side clear, or just do his 2 dragons and then split up the party and then go about his business? Or do you think he's going to split the party and just do the 2 dragons as if business was normal?
No, there's another character. That's Edgar for Jex Varrock. Yeah, I would... this is tough. I think I would overload to kill the dragon in the 2nd slot and then split up the party. Although his levels are early 30s, so he might want to... I just hate all the backtracking and walking back and stuff like that. I think what I would do is overload party 2, ignore the Atma weapon spot, go kill the dragon, warp out, and then go ahead and do the regular party split, the 1-1-2, kill the last dragon.
We do know we have vanilla dragons. So in Kefka's Tower we have the golden dragon and the skull dragon. The golden dragon is if you can have your Minerva character on that side, he's incredibly neutralized. Or even if you have Berserk, because he's susceptible to Berserk. And the skull dragon is just pathetic. The skull dragon's most dangerous attack is Condemned. It said if you can't kill him in under 5 minutes, you're in a problem.
or muddling your fixed dice offering user. That is his worst attack. So I would do it for the XP, not because the fight would be hard. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like his character's levels are in the low 30s. He needs a little more XP, I think, to get over whatever it is that he's going to be doing. Nobody War finding out it's number 128 there at the Guardian spot. Jex Rock picking up a boatload of flame shields. I think we had double-digit flame shields. And just as you predicted, Glue, we've got a statue boss at the statue position.
Yeah, so they're not vanilla because this is a poltergeist spot.
This is a boss that I have personal beef with, so we'll see if Nobody War can take it down. Magicite Seraphim there for Jexarock, so that's number 6. He needs one more in order to unlock Final Kefka. Yeah, Realm, I think, was the one recipient of that experience egg that Nobody War found, so Realm's levels are pretty good, which is why I think he just sent solo Realm up the middle. This phase of the boss, however, is going to be a problem for a Ragnarok user.
Yeah, unless he has a couple fire rods left over or he starts breaking some shields, he's going to have a keep swinging until he gets rid of Doom's image. Oh, does that get it? No, it does not.
Yeah, so each attack has a 50% chance of breaking that image. Oh my god, the image status. Casual 7,300 damage there.
And he didn't save after he took down the Guardian spot and came up here, so he needs to win this, or else Luna Chimera will take the lead. Well, not take the lead, Luna Chimera will be close the gap. A little bit more so.
Did Jexarock not buy the Rustler?
He did not.
Whoops.
Does he not have 1,000 GP because he bought all those flame shields? No, he does not. That's why he didn't buy it.
Oh, clutch block there from
Very clutch.
Realm. And fire rods are coming out. So rods do not get reflected. They will be runicked, but they won't be reflected. So even though Doom casts Reflect in the second phase of that fight, rods are the way to get around it. Very nice heads-up play from Nobody War there. Still has some fire rods left over and takes care of one of 3 statue bosses. So, chat, what do we think? Are we going to get Spicy Chicken next, or are we going to get Goddess next? And here comes the save. Let's see, oh, he's got 5 tents, so he's got plenty of them. But good catch on that one as well.
He'll be fine. Just 10 seconds for each health restoration.
It's like I'm listening to terrestrial radio. Pause 10 seconds for station identification. That's an old person joke, chat. I know. Who the hell listens to the radio anymore? It's Spotify, Grandpa. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Jex is going to get his go mode after fending off Inferno.
So it looks like his double team side is going to be the left side, and this is the side. Well, maybe no, it's not. I don't think he's been using Zetzer. Oh, that's good news though. That means Poltergeist is on his fixed dice encounter side.
I wonder if Setzer can wear the fixed dice, and I wonder if he's going to do some equipment finagling now. That's exactly what I think he might be doing. He's going to take down Poltergeist first. And Jesus, Mog. Or is it somebody in Mog's clothing? No, that is Mog. Casual quad 9s to the body, but Inferno absorbing that like a ShamWow. And Poltergeist gives the correct stop. Didn't we pick up stop from the Zen Thief?
Fenrir, I believe, does teach stop. Stop,
Okay.
X-Zone, and something that you'll never cast.
Oh my god. Mog just destroying Poltergeist there.
That's amazing.
Eaten well. And here is Gold Durgan for Lunar Chimera. Does not have the Minerva on. Yeah, knowing that these are vanilla dragons, more preparation probably would have helped, unless you forget which side is gold and which side is skull, which is totally possible. Speaking as someone who screws up all the time.
I have hard enough time remembering which vanilla statues. There's no way I remember the vanilla dragons. I just remember which ones are in there.
Alright, so it looks like we're going Atma Weapon Offering for Sabin. And that's how we're going to beat Goddess. Because even though we'll get Love Token, because it's a physical attack, the Offering will bypass Love Token. And it helps to be in the front row, because then you'll do your normal damage, which Sabin is in the front row. And here we go. Let's get our last statue done here. Dropping the rods as well.
Great heads-up play. Can't take him with you to the post-game interview.
I might have used the Super Ball instead, just because this is a single target. And fire rods can come in handy on tier 1, but hey. Whatever gets the fight over fastest, right? Meanwhile, it looks like Jex is taking on the Dirt Dragon for some extra levels here. And that is Dragon number 5 down for Lunar Chimera. And that is Nobody War's last boss down. So, let's play the game of how long do we think it's going to take to defeat Final Kefka today. Let's go with 8 minutes and 47 seconds. That's what I think I'm going to do.
I think I'm going to go with a 12:50.
A 12:50.
A 12:50. I'm going to predict
the struggle bus.
I'm going to predict some bad RNG with the fixed dice.
Oh, yeah.
On tier 3.
Oh, fixed dice.
And Nobody War also doesn't have, the 87 flame shields that Jexy does.
Alright, so here's your Skulldurgan fight. 1 realm and 1 zombie. And Jex, we seem to have lost him.
Do you think
the stream went down or not?
So Jexy spent a lot of time looking for those last couple of Espers. Do you think he would have been better served to start hunting dragons like Lunar Chimera did? Or to continue onwards and find his Espers?
That's a good question. I don't even know if I would have thought of that strategy. It's a really nice heads-up play to be like, well, I have my characters. I don't know where my Espers are. Let's go get the dragons that I already know where they are. Right, so... well, let me put it to you this way. I would not have chose the floating continent to go to if I was in his position. I understand why, but...
Let's hypothetical. If you say, you got an 11-minute floating continent, and let's say you 2 out of 3, you're gonna get 2 out of 3 of what you need.
Yeah, you
need one more. So you would have to add the time to 1 more. Can you do 4 dragons faster? Or excuse me, 5 dragons, because you already had 1 done.
Right.
Before you do floating continent plus the 1 more.
Yeah.
Possibly more.
But yeah, it's all about time, right? So you're absolutely right. 104.30 is when Nobody War starts. Get your guesses in chat as to how long you think this final fight will take. Well, I've got 8:47 and Glue has some number that's more than that.
12:50, please, thank you.
Yeah, so let's talk about the things we don't have. We don't have instant death. At least I don't recall seeing instant death. No, we have X Zone.
Realm is instant
maybe.
Death. Yeah, because Fenrir taught X Zone.
We don't have Mute, and 2 out of our 3 runners don't have calmness protection. At least nobody war does, but... So, not having mute is certainly going to elongate this fight. So, my prediction is probably a little bit too short. Because it's at least another minute and a half without mute. Because magic is just annoying as hell.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine once he gets to tier 4 if he has his party intact. I think tier 2 and 3 are going to give him some problems with his lack of bullets in the chamber that ideally you would want to have for this fight.
And, you know, as you said, we're relying on praying to the RNGesus with those fixed dice.
Yeah, he's really heavily relying on the procs from Flare, or excuse me, his Ragnarok to cast Flare. And then fixed dice, which obviously never backfires. It's like Yamaro. Or have you ever regretted using it?
No regrets. Yeah, because Shock is only doing 2,300 damage. So as we mentioned, it definitely... Shock tails off towards the end-ish of the seed with the split damage. But, okay, Mog is putting in some work there. That was at least like 23,000 damage on that one turn.
He has gotten some very beneficial rolls.
Alright, so that is a 2 minute and 10 second tier 1-ish. And Lunar Chimera decimating Goddess as well. Yeah, I don't think we'll have Interceptor procs for most of our team because Shadow is one of our bench players. And there is an auto dog block objective, but it was not chosen as part of the objectives here. Alright, we're going to see how we're going to do with our X Zone luck, and then we're just going to get annoyed by magic throughout this entire tier. Good luck on the X Zone. Getting it first try. Tiger is what we'll probably go after next with our ice spells.
Hopefully he goes after with his fixed dice.
And then we're just left with magic and hit.
Yeah. It appears those fixed dice walls have come back down to earth a little bit.
Oh, spicy chicken with the launcher. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Alright, we got an X potion. We're fine. Lunar Chimera using the Marvel Shoes. Oh, come on, Poltergeist. Now we're just wasting our time here.
Well, this time we didn't leave him with 9 HP. He left him with 120-ish.
Well, it was single digits, but he's got the Marvel Shoes on, so he gets regen.
That was, I thought that tackle was going to do him in, but RNG is on his side.
Oh, stop.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me? Wow, that is a rude Poltergeist. And that is a blaster reset there. Alright, Jax is flipping the switches. See, Ultros, that's how you do it. Meanwhile, we still have 3 enemies up on Tier 2. As you mentioned, Tier 2 is where the struggle bus starts to pick up some passengers here.
Well, it appears he's getting his good rolls again, and the 4th one wasn't quite as good as the first 3, but you can RNG your way out of just about anything with fixed dice.
Alright, so Tiger is at least dead. And we got simultaneous number 128s. Did Lunar Chimera not save?
I think he saved, he's just doing the other side.
Oh no,
now.
he did left side first.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot, because he did some interesting things with his party for the dragons. Alright, here's 10 hits. So we're just left with magic now. The consummate pain in the neck. Ooh, nice block.
Very nice.
Yeah, when you have a Ragnarok or an Illumina plus some sort of force thing, usually your magic evade is at or near 100, so you can dodge most things, like wrenches. Alright, that was some decent dice rolls there. Looks like we're seeing the end of tier 2. Oh, nice bit of game knowledge there. Knowing that the steals on tier 2 are all elixirs. Same with tier 1. If you go to steal anything from tier 1, it'll be an elixir. Tier 3 is where the good stuff is, though. We don't need another one, but there's a Ragnarok and an Atma weapon. Alright, so simultaneous Doom fights here. But Jax's party is significantly better prepared with the Merton strats. Sayonara to Cyan. See you later.
We got some major overkill going on for the end of tier 2 here. Feels pretty good after missing on the first 5 attacks. Oh yeah, no, he's got life 3.
Life 3 too. Yick. See, this is why mute is an essential spell. Just stop, magic. You're annoying. Nobody likes you. Just die.
Yeah, so we're about to cross the 7-minute mark, and we're still not even done with tier 2. So we're gonna throw that 8-minute prediction out the window. Gar's still alive with 11, and Much Pull 50 is looking pretty juicy.
I don't know. I mean, if we can get some real dice rolls up in here. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Alright, so 11:50, we are out of tier 2. So that is 7 minutes and 20 seconds so far. So yeah, tier 2, putting up a 5-minute fight there. Jaxi getting past Doom. Lunar Chimera just finishing Doom as well. So Lunar Chimera has one more boss, and that is the spicy chicken that gave him the business before. Jexfarok, meanwhile, has no idea which is Goddess and which is Poltergeist, but he's probably assuming that one of them is one. Alright, here comes some more fixed dice for tier 3. We want to kill Girl first. That's not the right target, Mog, but we'll take 2 out of 4, I guess, there. That's the other reason with offering is untargetable damage, right? And some of these bosses you want to kill in a specific order. I think that was Girl dying there. He's looking for Fenrir. Maybe it's on Sabin, who's muted. That would be a travesty. Oh, there it is. Yeah, in addition to the dice rolls being, you know, RNG, they also take a very long amount of time, right? So.
Yep.
And I think we've officially eclipsed my prediction here.
Yeah, another bad thing with the dice being your primary source of offense here. While there is expected baseline amount of damage you can do, there is quite a bit of variance. Sometimes you can do way over that, sometimes you can do way under that amount you were expecting, and trigger some nasty counterattacks on this tier 3.
Yep. Well, and we also talk about punching through that Medio phase. You want to have enough damage to only get maybe one Medio attack instead of multiple counters. So here comes Medio. He's going to go with the fixed dice here. So if Mog can't finish this off, there's a chance that Sleep will counter with a Medio here. And these are not looking good.
That's not good at all. Ooh, no.
Okay, he makes it through. Whiff and whiff. We're on to Final Kefka now. And
Beautiful.
Lunar Chimera is getting launchered again. And that's not helpful when you're using an Atma weapon. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not one bit.
Let's see if Jaxi fares a little better with his Poltergeist encounter. Yeah, he has Flare. I think he will.
And Nuggets are down for Lunar Chimera. Very nice.
Very, very well done.
Yeah, so you can see the difference in this final fight from some of the others that we've seen in some of the other races. You know, fixed dice and the lack of mute definitely elongating this battle. I was hoping for a swag sketch of Ultima here. We do have a Mega Elixir that we bought somewhere for cheap. So we're going to use that for Fallen 1 here. Nice to have in our back pocket. But if you don't have one of those, you can actually capture or steal one off of Final Kefka here.
And looks like Nobody War is going to try to show that off right on cue because he just queued up capture on Realm.
There we go.
Amazing.
Boom shakalaka.
So similar to Tier 3, Tier 4 Final Kefka, the fixed dice can be great with an offering, but there are some phases where that baseline damage you're expecting to roll out, sometimes that variance of it hitting way over or way under can trigger some phases you don't want to be in, mainly the Ultima phase. So when Kefka is under under 10k HP, he can counterattack with Ultima. And Nobody War is close to that territory now because we're under 35,000 HP left, and
that should do it, though.
Yeah, this is probably going to do it.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no.
Super Ball. Goodness gracious, great balls of super.
Amazing.
Nobody War finishing in first place. 1:16:26. Get your GGs in the chat for Nobody War. Well played, my friend. Excellent job there. On the last Super Ball. Meanwhile, we have a legitimate second place race here between Lunar Chimera, who is now just slightly ahead of Jexarok heading into Final Kefka here. For those that are mathing at home, that Final Kefka was a little bit shy of 12 minutes. It was 11 minutes and 56 seconds. So, not a bad guess there, Glue. And we are joined by tonight's winner, Nobody War. GG's, congratulations on your first place victory. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there I am.
There you
And,
go.
guys.
And he's here.
And that's the mute button.
Excellent job. 1:16, flying fast. That Final Kefka fight took a little extra because we had no mute and we were relying on those fixed dice. But tell us what you thought about the seed.
I was really interested going into this. I was playing my normal style and I'm just gonna go, and I checked the shop and I saw I had that much money and I found some rods early and it was over.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
it.
Yep.
And what were some of
Everything
the...
pretty much rolled from that. Seeing all that money, finding those rods for what it was like 12 or 15k, find a stack of them and just keep it moving. Didn't need to do anything else. Just go right and to doing checks.
Well, thankfully
Right
you
into the
ran
burning house with those fire rods.
Yeah, thankfully you ran into some bosses that actually, didn't absorb fire, unlike when you ran into the wolf and Lone Wolf and got Flame Eater.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad of a fight, though. I finally figured out was no free progression, I guess, was on. It seemed like I was getting dead checks from a lot of those.
I don't know. There was a lot of dead checks all
It was
over the
tough to
place.
say early. I mean, I was happy I got the rag out of the one, Minerva that nobody could really use, but I sold it.
I think we got an Esper from Gal Manor, so I don't think the no free progression flag is on.
Yeah. It just felt like that to me. So.
Right. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your strategy with not knowing what the settings are. I noticed you went to shops, and then once you found something, you're like, I'm going to go immediately into fights. Was that your strategy going into it?
Yeah, not knowing. Like, first thing I wanted to do was, like, get a room full of chests and see what that percentage is looking like, see what the shop percentages are looking like, see how stats got distributed, and then like maybe try to take an encounter real early, like a minute or two in, to see what like the bosses or the characters are looking like. So
yeah, that makes sense. And then once you were confident, after you went into the forest for a second, you went right to the burning house, and then it was off to the races from there.
yeah. Just needed to see if the equipment was going to work out. I mean, I knew I was going to just throw rods. I just wanted to see it work first.
Yeah, so Glue and I were speculating, about some of the flags. We know that the dragons were vanilla, because Lunar Chimera gave up trying to find Nespers after a while. He's like, forget this, I'm just going to go kill the dragons.
Wow.
And
it was 6 dragons, right?
yes.
Yeah, that's so many. And 7
you
Espers
also
is
get-
such a low count.
He was at 2 and 6 when he gave up.
Yeah.
And he went into... There was a few other dead checks. I think, Baron
Yeah.
Falls, I think, was also
I guess it was the
check,
early
maybe.
Esper Mountain with Realm that pushed into Setzer. So
Yeah. And then the vanilla statue or shuffled statues. Was that always in the back of your mind as to
definitely.
what's going to be in Kefka's Tower?
When I saw repeat bosses, what it felt like, and then
well, it was bosses in the
on
fixed
random
encounters. Yeah.
Also on fixed encounters or random encounters. I'm not sure which one it was because I didn't take too many random encounters after that.
Mhm. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
No, exactly.
So how did that how did you start to prepare when you went into Kefka's Tower with that possibility in the back of your mind? Or did you not realize it until you ran into Doom and
I felt like I was
this could
okay.
happen.
I knew nothing was going to stop Realm in the center, and I had Offering, Atma, and Dice I could just pass around.
Mm-hmm. So you weren't worried at all. It didn't matter.
Yeah, no. I really wish Setzer would have been on the spicy chicken side because he had stop, and I saw him learn it, and I'm like, ooh, it's going to come in handy later because I have a feeling those guys are there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, Vanilla Esper spells was also pretty interesting, too.
Is that what it ended up being? I totally spaced on that one.
Yeah, well, we saw you bought the Torado Esper real early, and we're like, wow, those are some garbage spells. Oh, wait, I think those are the vanilla ones. Because it was Quake and Quarter and W-Wind or something, and I'm like, wait a minute. I did the math real quick, So yeah, any other settings you may have ascertained from just playing the seed? Like how did the enemies feel to you? Did they feel like they were hitting hard, or they had a lot of
enemies?
Health, or
it was a
normal-ish?
bit of a It was. I'm not sure what it was. They definitely had didn't have a high HP scaling on it, but their enemy scaling might have been maybe a 3. It's tough to say.
Yeah. Glue, you got any questions for Nobody War?
Yeah. So if you had happened to come across a Gao, was there any chance you were going to go down to Solitary Island and let Sid die for that nice stamina boost?
I saw it before the race started, and it was one of those things. It was like I might just go do that at the beginning, and yeah, I didn't do that, so I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, stamina is a useless stat anyway.
Exactly.
It only makes you get poisoned less or more, or one of the two. That's really what stamina does. Lunar Chimera's Atma weapon user is zombied. It's actually not that bad because when you have 0 HP, you don't do much damage with an Atma weapon.
Zombie's really terrifying when you have a Valiant Knife on that character.
Oh yeah, that's or a fixed dice offering, right? That's what we were worried about with some of the bosses here. Anyway, so yeah, was this your first
pretty much
mystery?
free for all with items and builds of anything you would really want to do in this seed? For me, it felt like that. I guess just getting ahead early, smashing stuff with rods helped out a lot. But there was dice early in that first shop too. I know that offering was a dead check somewhere. I don't know if there was any more anywhere else, but
yeah,
there was an
offering.
offering.
There was an offering in a
South
relic
Figueroa.
shop somewhere.
South Figueroa, Water Balance, I believe.
Yeah, other than the fixed dice, I didn't see any. There was snipers. I think you had showed us somewhere, or is it Lunar Chimera? Maybe
it wasn't me. Yeah,
that was it.
One.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah, I don't remember too much else. I did what I've been trying to do, in Ultros, and just not loot and force myself into a check. And I didn't hit either South Figaro
Yep. South Figaro skip, the classic. You got any other thoughts? Was this your first Chaos Mystery Seed, and what'd you think?
No, this definitely wasn't the first one of these I ran, but yeah, these are fun. I like the unexpected. It's how I, don't look at the characters until you're 5 minutes in, and I've already looted for X amount of time.
Yeah. Glue, you got any other questions for Nobody War?
You got anything else coming up, Nobody War? Worlds Collider outside the community you'd like to plug? Or anything on the menu exciting coming up?
No, unfortunately not.
Ah, boo.
Well, we do have Ultras League Season 5 on the horizon. Did you sign up for it? Are you going to sign up for it? Are you excited for it?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I like the changes this season. I put my face into a few seeds the other day that had some ultimate in it, and it felt good to see it, and I kind of don't ever want to see it again now. But I know it's going to be there. And yeah,
I mean, I absolutely hate it, but I'm a curmudgeon, so
yeah. Someone's gonna loot eco and have a natural, or Tizen Esper on it and have it at level 3, and yeah, game over.
So
getting it early is going to be interesting because you can't cast it, right?
No, exactly.
Well, as you say that, I flirted with a very good time this morning because I had a X Magic Realm and an Economizer, and I found our Ultim on the first Esper. So, good times were had.
Yeah. Ultimate weapon capture there from Lunar Chimera. Nice to see it. You also
nice.
You grabbed a Mega Elixir just in case as well. Very nice swag.
Yeah, I meant to get one off of that fight too, an extra sword, but I didn't. I was trying to count.
I mean, what were you gonna do with it?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't have anybody for throw. Probably. I don't know anybody else could even equip the rag.
Yeah, I think you checked, or one of the runners checked, and it was just Realm.
Yeah. Hey, that's all you need.
Yep. All right, well, excellent. Congratulations again on your first place victory. I think Jex is going to close it out right here in just a second. But thank you for racing. Can't have the races without the runner, so appreciate you volunteering. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, man.
All right, see you later.
Appreciate you.
Bye now. All right, Jex just demolishing with those flame shields and the Merton. And actually getting some decent fixed dice rolls.
Very nice. This is why you buy 87 flame shields for this boss.
Jexrock in the booth with us, throwing around money like it's someone else's problem with the flame shields at the end of the seed. GG's on your second place finish. Way to come back from getting way too many characters in this seed.
GG's.
So, I know that you enjoy doing a lot of Chaos Mystery Seeds. How do you approach something like this? Oh no! That is a wipe from Lunar Chimera.
Ow.
And he is not going to finish, unfortunately. Understandable. With dying there at the very end. Stinks to have to do that all over. Anyway, so how do you approach one of these, Chaos Seeds?
Look at the requirements is usually one of the big ones, and the requirements and the objectives, and determine if there's anything there that I can abuse. There was not. I thought when I saw what the characters were able to equip, I started to get a little worried early game.
Mm-hmm.
Because just basic equipment was sketchy, but then I ended up with a bunch of high tier stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, we're good to go. Oh, Mog can use fixed dice. Plus, I saw that offering earlier. I'm like, okay, done. But let's go down that road. Fixed dice offering. It's cheap. It's easy to get my hands on. Plus, I have access to that cat hood that I saw, right out of the gate of the seed. So I could always get my money back, which I did.
Yep.
Because, I bought a pile of flame shields at the end.
Correct.
Yes, indeed.
A juicy pile. Lunar Chimera also joining us in the booth. GG's on the run. Unfortunately, taking the wipe there at the end. Double Medio, never any fun.
Triple Medio.
You love to see it happen. So I'm going to ask the same question I just asked Jex for Rock. Chaos Mystery Seed. What do you do to approach it? Do you go check some shops, check some chests, see what the equipables are? What was the game plan, the strategy here? Trying to figure out what the settings were of the seed.
Yeah. Well, my first, like you said, first thought was go see what's in chests. If chests are empty, we're gonna change up what we're doing. Same with shops. They were relatively cheap shops, so I was happy with that. And chests weren't empty, and we're actually turning out some pretty good things. But nothing spectacular, but not bad. A lot of what I think I found that was great was in the shops or boss drops.
Yeah,
Were there any chests that held anything good?
I think there was just the fixed dice, and I don't know if you guys got that from a dead check.
Well,
or...
the experience egg and the Atma weapon.
Oh, that's right. Nobody.
I did find the Atma weapon.
Yeah,
Where was that?
Yeah, Owzer's had that egg in it.
It was in the pot in the first room that you turn the lights on. I think Lunar Chimera, you went to Owzer's mansion very early in the seed and did not loot that little pot. So
I didn't do Owzer's.
Okay, then it was somebody else that. Oh, that's right. You went to World of Balance. That's right.
I skipped the pot and Owzer's.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm getting all mixed up. I forgot that you went to World of Balance Shador instead of World of Ruin.
Yeah, I just checked the shops and then moved on.
Yep.
I was really happy to find that early Super Ball, though.
That saved me too. I had one Super Ball and I was like, yes, please.
I'm like, early Super Ball? All right, what the heck? Let's go to Kefka at Narsh, grab Lone Wolf, and do the boss fight up there.
Yeah, unfortunately it was Relic, which is a crapshoot sometimes with the Super Ball, but thankfully it at least hit for you guys, and I think nobody... no, Lunar Chimera, you used the Super Ball on the Poltergeist fight? Was that what it was? To squeak past him?
I don't think it was...
It was on one of the boss. It was on one of the boss fights.
Nobody wore finished Final Kefka with the Super Ball.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what it was.
I used it earlier and it didn't do much damage. I ended up using something else to finish whatever I was fighting.
Yeah.
I thought about going for a sketch kill on Kefka.
Those are always fun.
Actually, one of the things throughout the whole seed that when I was getting towards mid-seed with all the boss fights that I did, I started getting a little worried because I didn't see a single statue boss throughout the run. And then as soon as I got there, I'm like, oh, yep, here we go. This is going to get interesting.
Yeah, Glue called that one about 40 minutes into the seed. He's like, I wonder where our statue bosses are. So
I started to wonder the same thing. So and then I got Goddess on the left side, and I was like, well, I think I know where they're at.
Yeah. So, Jexvarok, you had 6 characters and 4 espers and decided to go up to the floating continent. How annoyed were you walking out of there with 2 characters and just 1 esper?
Well, they provided me with a couple of freebie checks and quick checks.
That is true.
That's about it.
Figaro Throne was an esper, right, for Edgar, and Cyan had really quick Doma Siege if we wanted to go there. And
actually, the first grind fight, fix encounter going to Floating Continent, gave me all the money for those flame shields. In combination with that cat hood, because Ursus decided to steal some money from me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Little over 7,000 GP, and then it multiplied back, like who knows how much. My favorite thing when the bear steals from you, it's like, thank you for putting back 5 times more than what you stole from me. I think the multiplier was. I think the multiplier was actually higher than 5 because I know the magic multiplier was 6.
Okay.
Right, and I was gonna say the only time I hate it is when the multiplier is 0 and you lose money because you can't get it from fights and they steal from you. Oh no!
Yeah, that's
There
that's
goes.
awful. So Lunar Chimera, you took a different approach. You, at 2 espers, decided, you know what? I'm sick and tired of trying to find espers. I know where all the dragons are. I'm gonna go fight them instead. What
Right,
made you?
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say I just think I just made that decision at 1 Esper because I was like, I think the only reason I got the other Esper is because I was checking another check that was near the boss just to grab something. I was trying to find Calmness Protection is what I was hoping for. But at that point, I already committed to dragons. I'm just like, there's 6 open, we're gonna do them.
Calmness Protection was on the Phantom Train. Nobody War showed us Fenrir. So if
Nice.
you
And
decided to
multi-summon was
take a
on.
ride. Oh, really? I didn't see. We ascertained that
I didn't notice that either.
the dragons are vanilla. Some of you guys got boss encounters in some of the Moogle defenses or whatever. Yeah. So that was interesting.
There was boss encounters for fixed encounters.
Some of them, yes.
I found Flame Eater and Moogle defense.
I got lucky.
Yeah. We were getting a little worried because Nobody War, I think, had a stack of like 30 fire rods, and we're like, what's he gonna do here? Thankfully, we had a lot of
rods.
Thankfully, we had a lot of water spells, so that certainly helped out. So yeah, Glue, you got questions for Jexy or Lunar Chimera?
Jexy, my friend, Lunar Chimera, my dog. Y'all have anything coming up inside our community, outside our community, that you would like to draw some eyes to? Jexy, you go first.
What, like outside of FF6WC?
Any other gaming? Any other events?
In the gaming world, not really much that I stream other than this. Outside of the gaming world, I do participate in at a haunted attraction known as Penhurst Asylum. So anybody in the Pennsylvania area, come check it out. Come see me. I'm the Mad Doc running around out there.
It's that time of the year, folks.
Oh yeah, it's a great place to get some thrills. Aside from that, if you don't mind if I finish up with my closing spiel, if you don't mind.
Oh, I love your closing spiel.
Excellent. Anybody here in Speed Gaming? What are we in 5? Yeah, I think we're in Speed Gaming 5.
3.
Well, anybody? Oh, Speed Gaming 3. Excellent. 3, sir. If you are interested in learning this wonderful randomizer, come join us in our Discord. There's a link in ff6worldscollide.com. There's a link to our Discord here. Come and join us. We got a wonderful community. We're willing to teach you the different routing, the different strats that we use, and all that happy fun stuff. There's a lot of variety with this randomizer with how you can create a seed or play a seed. Also, we have an event coming up, Ultras League 5. I believe signups have begun. If you're interested in joining that, come in, sign up, join us. Also, give our Restream team and runners a follow. GG's, and thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you. Lunar Chimera, do you have any haunted houses you frequent?
Nope, and I don't really have anything to shout out this time either, so I'll let Jex's outro there cover it.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Well, as always, again, thank you guys. The runners can't have the races without them. Thank you guys for volunteering to be featured on Restream and wading through the chaos and the mystery. This is kind of like a haunted house. The seed, you never know what's around the next corner, right? We have no idea what's going on here. So I like it.
Tis the season.
Yeah. So thank you as well, Glue, for joining me on commentary. We had a lot of fun. I know I did. So
I always have fun,
as well.
or else I wouldn't do it.
That's right. And I think that's it, unless you got anything else, Glue.
I do not. Thank you guys again. As Jaxie pointed this, but Ultras League Season 5 signups are in our Discord, which I've tried to spam 5 or 6 times in the chat. Scroll through it, you'll happily find it. And come see us, come join us. We'd love to have you.
All right, and with that being said, we will see everybody next week, probably this time, probably not this channel, but hopefully you can catch some more Worlds Collide racing, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you again, and peace out.
Bye-bye.
GG's.